told you it was love. They convinced you it was normal. They made you believe the problem was you. But somewhere beneath the confusion, the self-doubt, the endless explanations that never quite made sense, you knew something was wrong. This is where we stop pretending. This is where we examine what they never wanted you to see. The patterns that controlled you, the systems that protected them.
There are a million reasons people start therapy. A breakup, burnout, a new job, whatever your reason, there is one place to start. Grow Therapy meets you where you are with support that actually sticks. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent, licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. And if something comes up, you can cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0, depending on their plan. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Visit growtherapy.com/start now today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/start now. growtherapy.com/start now. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus, free premium delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Having the right people in your corner for life's biggest milestones makes all the difference. Like a friend who's there when you're house hunting or checking out a new ride, State Farm is there too, helping you choose the coverage you need. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you along the way. And with so many coverage options, it's nice knowing you have help choosing a plan that fits your needs, so you can continue celebrating all of life's milestones. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If you've ever shared your struggles or pain with a man in your family or relationship only to be met with laughter or dismissive smirks, you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. That moment when you've gathered the courage to be vulnerable, to share something that's genuinely hurting you, and instead of compassion or even basic acknowledgement, you get a chuckle or that infuriating eye roll. Maybe it was followed by, "You're too sensitive," or "Here we go again." That dismissive laughter isn't accidental. It's a weapon designed to make you feel small, ridiculous, and like your pain doesn't matter. Welcome back to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'm Lynn, your host. Today, we're talking about why some people, particularly men in positions of power within families or relationships, use laughter as a tool to dismiss your pain and maintain their control. This pattern of laughing at someone's emotional expression is deeply rooted in power dynamics and a complete absence of empathy. When someone lacks the ability or willingness to connect with another person's suffering, they have a few options. They can ignore it, get angry about it, or they can mock it. The laughter option is particularly insidious because it does multiple things at once. It dismisses your experience entirely, makes you feel foolish for even bringing it up, and often happens in front of others, adding public humiliation to private pain. In narcissistic family systems and relationships, this tactic serves a very specific purpose. The person who scapegoats you needs to maintain their position of superiority and control. Your pain represents a problem for them because acknowledging it would require them to either feel empathy they don't possess or take responsibility for their role in causing it. Neither of these options works for someone invested in staying blameless and superior, so instead they use laughter to reframe the entire situation. Suddenly, you're not someone with legitimate feelings who deserves to be heard. You become the joke. You become the dramatic one. You become the problem that's amusing rather than the person pointing out an actual problem. You might have experienced this when you tried to tell a father figure that his criticism was hurting you, only to have him laugh and say you needed thicker skin. Or when you explained to a partner how their behavior was affecting you, and they responded with a dismissive chuckle followed by comments about how you blow everything out of proportion. Maybe it happened when you brought up old wounds with family members who found your pain amusing rather than worthy of acknowledgement or discussion. This response teaches you very quickly that your emotions aren't safe with this person. It conditions you to stop sharing, to minimize your own experiences, and to question whether your feelings are valid at all. That's exactly the point. The person using this tactic wants you to internalize the message that your pain is ridiculous, your reactions are overblown, and your emotional needs are burdensome. The laughter also serves another function. It deflects accountability completely. When someone laughs at your pain, they're not engaging with the content of what you're sharing. They're not having to consider whether they contributed to your hurt or whether changes might need to happen. They're simply dismissing the entire conversation before it can become inconvenient for them. This is particularly common with men who've been socialized to view emotional expression as weakness and who occupy positions of authority in families or relationships. They may genuinely see emotional pain as something weak or contemptible rather than a normal human experience. Or they may understand perfectly well that emotions are valid but choose to mock them because it's easier than dealing with the implications. What makes this especially damaging is that it often comes from people whose opinions matter to you. When a stranger dismisses your pain, it stings, but it doesn't fundamentally shake your sense of reality. When it comes from a parent, partner, or family member whose love and respect you want, it cuts much deeper. You start wondering if maybe they're right. Maybe you are too sensitive. Maybe your pain really is ridiculous. The pattern becomes even more insidious when others witness it and either laugh along or stay silent. This creates an environment where your emotional reality is consistently invalidated, not just by one person, but by an entire system that finds your suffering amusing rather than concerning. Here's what you need to understand about this dynamic. Their laughter isn't a reflection of your pain's legitimacy. It's a reflection of their inability or unwillingness to engage with human emotion in a healthy way. Someone who laughs at genuine pain is revealing something about themselves, not about you. Your feelings aren't ridiculous because someone finds them amusing. Your needs aren't invalid because someone dismisses them with a chuckle. Your pain isn't less real because someone treats it like entertainment. The person who responds to your vulnerability with laughter is showing you exactly who they are. They're showing you that they either can't or won't meet you in your emotional reality. They're demonstrating that maintaining their comfort and superiority matters more to them than your well-being. This isn't about them being unable to help or not knowing what to say. Plenty of people don't know how to respond to emotional pain, but they don't laugh at it. This is about someone actively choosing to mock and dismiss rather than simply acknowledge that you're hurting. You weren't too sensitive for having feelings. You weren't dramatic for expressing pain. You weren't wrong for expecting basic human decency in response to vulnerability. The person who laughed at your pain was wrong for treating another person's suffering as entertainment. So here's something to think about. Consider the moments when your pain was met with laughter or dismissive responses. What was really happening in that dynamic? How did that person's reaction affect not just how you felt in that moment, but how willing you became to share your emotions with them or others going forward? This is Lynn, and this has been another episode of the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. Visit our website at movingforwardafterabuse.com for articles, resources, and more support on your recovery journey.
Knock, knock.
Ooh, who's there?
A Boost Mobile expert, here to deliver and set up your all-new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever.
You call that a knock-knock joke?
This isn't a joke. Boost Mobile really sends experts to deliver and set up your phone at home or work.
Okay, well, it's just that when people say knock-knock, there's usually a joke to go with it.
Like I said, this isn't a joke.
So the knock-knock was just you knocking?
Yeah, that's how doors work.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro delivered and set up by an expert wherever you are. Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com. Terms apply.
Boost Mobile is now sending experts nationwide to deliver and set up customers' new phones.
Wait, we're going on tour?
We're delivering and setting up customers' phones. It's not a tour.
Not with that attitude.
Introducing Store to Door. Switch and get a new device with expert setup and delivery.
Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus free premium delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
This work is hard, really hard. Questioning everything you were taught, seeing systems that were invisible, sitting with truth that change how you see the world. It's exhausting and overwhelming sometimes. There's no timeline for this, no right way to process it. We've gone daily now because these conversations matter. Subscribe so new episodes land automatically when they drop.